Started as many songs do in the shower. I was just kind of humming along a little thing, and had the line, "I'll see you when I see you," and thought, that sounds like a good hook. I'll see you when I see you. Got some ideas for some lines I'm going to capture and scribble down, and then come back around to them and see if something starts to take shape. So this is my songwriting notebook, and where I start, I've got notes on a lot of songs that, some are notes that eventually turn into songs. So here's where I've written kind of what came to me in the shower. I'll see you when I see you on the chorus. So I'll see you when I see you. Then on the second line, I've got a couple ideas. I'm currently kind of leaning toward the second one. I can't stay a minute more. I do not know where I'm going, but I know it's time to go. And then I only have the opening line. I have got a mind for leaving. Similar to the Joni Mitchell song, Urge for Going. So I might listen to that song, not to steal from it, but see if it generates any ideas. There's also a Tom Petty song that might provide some inspiration too. Yeah, so it might have been a mistake to look up Joni Mitchell lyrics. Urge for Going is a gorgeous song, one of her earliest ones, and just stunning. And it's you're awed, and yet you're also like, man, I am never gonna write like Joni Mitchell. She goes between the actual going and the unrequited urge for going, and Tom Petty. What I like about Tom Petty's lyrics, what I think he's really good at, he has this efficiency in lyrics. He has this great ability to take like a sentence, a line, or two words and just perfectly nail down an image, a feeling, a thought. There's a line, "Which way to Loveland?" Like he's asking for directions. So I'm going to kind of chew on the songs. What do they stir up for me, and move forward from there. All right, it's Friday, February 26th, and I thought of another source of inspiration. I just finished watching the TV series The Good Place. In it, there's a conception of heaven as it's a place of eternal happiness, but there's an exit, and it's a doorway that when you're ready to move on from your reward of heaven, you choose to, and you can. A lot of people ask songwriters, like, what do you write first? You write the music first, you write the lyrics first. And I think it varies from songwriter to songwriter. For me, more often, it's the lyrics that come first. I believe that as the lyrics kind of progress on this song, I'll have a better idea of what the song might actually sound like. All right, so I've done some more writing on the chorus, playing around with some stuff, and I kind of like where this is going. Starting to hear the music a little bit too in my head, but I ran into a problem. The more I was kind of singing this to myself and playing around with it, the more I realized how much it sounded like The Speed of the Sound of Loneliness by John Prine. And I will see you when I see you. I must be on my way. This is an occupational hazard for songwriters, especially in Americana, that you write a song that's catchy and beautiful, and all of a sudden you realize, dang it, it sounds like a John Prine song. It's time for walking through that door. So I'll put some more work into that. Melody's kind of hard for me. I, as a guitarist, I write around chords. and chord structures. So I struggle with melody sometimes. So it's Sunday, fleshing out the verses a little more. You can see how much more writing there is on there. One thing I like to do when writing the verses like that is to structure the song. Ben Folds, in one of his books, said that the singer should be different at the end of the song than he is at the beginning of the song. I do think it's helpful for a song to sort of unfold or evolve. So some ideas I had here for different themes that could be explored in verses. One would be like realizing it's time to go, or the urge for going. Sorry, Joni. Saying goodbye to someone, apologizing or explaining. Kind of like the Allman Brothers' Rambling Man, which is just a whole lot of weak apologies for being a rambling man with a lot of killer guitar solos. Or letting go verse. Like, those are all ideas. And where I'm leaning right now is to make verse 1 about that urge for going, and verse 2 more about the letting go, what the singer's saying goodbye to. I don't want this song to be about dying necessarily. One thing I like doing with my songs, with my lyrics, even with the titles of songs, is to make them deliberately ambiguous, meaning that they could be about more than one thing and be about different things all at once. So this is a song about leaving and saying goodbye, but it doesn't have to be about dying, and it doesn't have to be about leaving a lover, or it doesn't have to be about Lord, I was born a rambling man. It doesn't have to be about any of those things, but the listener can apply it to whatever is relevant to him or her, and I think there's beauty in that. I like that, so that's kind of what I'm going for. All right, so it's 1 in the morning. Had some trouble sleeping, so figured I could do some songwriting. The good news is I got some good writing done. I think I've got 2 good verses and a bridge. It appears that the song might indeed be about dying, which I hope that's not a downer, but honestly, it's kind of the only way to make the singer not sound like a big jerk for leaving. So, and I do like it. I do like where this song is going. All right, so it's been over a week, but I have been working on music for the song. I will see you when I see you. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot with the music. I actually have written the chords out on a grocery list paper because that's what I had handy. So I'm going to record a demo with the chords I have in mind so that I can listen to it and see what I want to change. So I added vocals to the recording. The melody really hasn't firmed up yet, but I wanted to get something recorded with the chord progressions and sent it out to my friends with the Kangaroo Lake Songwriters Collective. I think it's really important to get feedback. There are a lot of people that are supporters that, they're going to tell you everything sounds good and everything's great, but that's not always as helpful as getting some really good feedback from people you trust, who are going to be honest with you, have good ideas, and still be encouraging.
Hey, wait, am I on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How do you want to do this? So I listened to your song again this morning.
Why don't we start with sort of just high level? What was your overall impression of the song? Like, how did it make you feel?
So sonically and thematically, I loved it. Right away, you can tell that it's going to be kind of mournful and plaintive, and so I got that feel. I really liked that.
It had this kind of hopeful, but kind of a sad element to it. And
it provoked a lot of emotions for me. I was reflecting on it a lot. I listened to it several times, and I think it has a lot to do with the timing of it, this last year, with just sort of a constant sense of loss going on all around us, that it really tugged at that.
And I listened to the song again this morning. I thought, well, what's the theme here? What's going on? This person is gonna leave for a little while, go back. So the chorus, I started to think, because then I was into this Waylon Jennings mindset, and then I started to hear his voice, and I was channeling Waylon Jennings after that. I'll miss you when I leave you. Yeah, it's all been a really good time.
Let me ask you something I've been questioning myself on. I've gone back and forth on. The singer, the character singing, could be sincere. This could be his way of saying farewell. Or he could be a real prick.
I heard it being sort of a tender but self-confused. Because the whole notion of, I'll miss you when I leave you. But in the bridge, I adjusted that to say something like, there will be a day you'll hear your phone ringing, and you'll hear me say your name. And then that last line, something like, and that I'm coming on my way home or something, coming back home, something like that. But that's how I would adjust it to make it, you really will miss it. There will be a day when you hear the phone ringing, you'll hear me say your name, and you'll know I'll be coming home. So
He'll be lucky if she takes him back.
That would be if you could work that line into there, and I hope you take me back or something like that. That would be great.
The way you're describing it, I could see it as a duet, where you've got the rambling man talking about, I gotta go, but I promise I'll miss you if that makes you feel better, and then the second verse sung by the woman who says, well, get yourself out, but don't bother taking the key because these locks are gonna change.
That could be good.
It was great, but it's over now. Is one interpretation, but
Mm-hmm.
then, sorry, I gotta go, but I'm gonna be back because I'm kind of like the wind. Was my second take. Like I'm a wanderer. I'm not really a resident. I'm a visitor kind of thing. Like, this is good, but I gotta be me. Or, the other one was, hey, reality check, everybody leaves sometime. Like, the loss of death. The outro did me in, because then it's like, oh, I get it, leaving. It's just, it's kind of all of these themes of leaving.
Some of it is me trying to decide where the song's going to go, and some of it is the song itself kind of going wherever it ends up going, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Where do I know that, right?
Right.
Sometimes you start in a certain place and it ends up in a completely different one.
Right. I still can't fully decide, I guess, where what am I going to envision, or what am I going to picture when I sing the song?
even if it stays ambiguous.
But I like that ambiguity. It's some of my favorite songs are the ones where you really want to read the lyric sheet and you want to read it multiple times because you're trying to get into the person's head and you're not entirely sure what they meant. And that means there's space for you to have it, fit your vision of it. And I like that. To me, that's like poetry. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
I'll keep you up as the song evolves.
So I got some good feedback. Got several emails with thoughts about the song and very useful stuff. Two big takeaways for me, I think. One is that the song kind of drags. It's slow. The more complicated piece of feedback is really around the meaning of the song. I was concerned that this was a song that sort of talked about death and maybe that was too dark. But interestingly, most of my friends did not even seem to pick up on that. They noted that the hook, the "I will see you when I see you," doesn't really fit with the somber sound of the song, and there's some ambiguity, and although I think a certain level of ambiguity is good, I'm not sure that it necessarily works here. So what I'm thinking is that there may be two songs here. The idea of maybe embracing sort of the sassy side of it and even turning it into a duet kind of appeals to me, because the duet aspect takes away the concern that maybe the singer comes off as too prickish, and we can do it a little more up tempo. But I'm not ready to fully let go of the more somber reflection on passing away. So I got to chew on that. We'll see where it goes. So after the feedback yesterday, I spent some time thinking about the duet idea and kind of decided to go down the road. So definitely not where I thought the song was going, but it's fun and I kind of like it. Sometimes that happens. You think a song is going one way and then it goes another way, and before you know it, the song is what it is. The actual coming up with ideas, coming up with lines, rhymes can be hard. But rewriting is actually more painful because it involves letting go of things. You get attached to those ideas, to those lines, to those rhymes. Then you work on the song and suddenly they don't fit. They're not making sense. And you kind of know it, and it's still hard to, get that eraser out. That letting go is critical to rewriting, but so hard. Hemingway famously said, write drunk, edit sober. He might have meant that literally. I don't know whether I should recommend it. But what I take from that is that you're in two different minds when you write and when you edit. And just like things that seem like a good idea when you're drunk, the next day when you're sober, you realize that wasn't such a good idea after all. You can keep working on a song for a long time, keep making tweaks and changes, but at some point you gotta call it. You gotta say it's done. I started out with an idea in the shower for a song, and it ended up being 3 songs. The first song, I took all the ideas and musings I had about death and passing on to the next world and things like that, and took those lyrics and turned them into an entirely different song. Then I took the melody that I was playing with originally and matched it up with some completely unrelated lyrics and turned that into a second song.
Let me be your wooden ladder. Let me be your box of nails, or your heavy-duty flashlight.
And then, of course, there's the original idea, I will see you when I see you, which has turned out into something different than what I expected. I took Michael's advice and decided to channel Waylon Jennings, and I solicited some friends to help me record it.
I know that you have seen me staring at the road. It's true, my mind has been on leaving. There's just so long a man can hold. I'm like the changing of the seasons, like the shifting in the wind. And I can't give you a reason, so I'll just say this instead. I will see you when I see you. Yes, I must be on my way. You know it has been a pleasure, but you know that I can't stay. I will see you when I see you, somewhere further down the road. I can't tell you where I'm going, I just know it's time to go.
I don't know what you're confessing. Did you think I'd shed a tear? Did you think I was expecting you'd keep hanging around here like a stray dog when you're feeding? Always comes back round again. You'll be scratching at my window, and I'll maybe let you in. I guess I'll see you when I see you. Fare thee well, be on your way. Go and spend your nights on dreaming that I might have let you stay. I will see you when I see you. Baby, don't try to pretend. It won't be long until I hear you coming up my drive again.
I'm heading out tomorrow morning.
Just be sure you leave the key. It's best that we get going, 'cause things have gotten boring.
Baby, let's not say things that we don't really mean. I will see you when I see you. I'd best be on our way. You know it has been a pleasure, but you know that I can't stay. I will see you when I see you, somewhere further down the road. You never know where things are going, but you know it's time to go. I will see you when I see you. You're gonna miss me. I will see you when I see you. I will see you when I see you. Yeah, I will see you when I see you. I will see you when I see you. Might be a long time. I will see you when I see you. I will see you when I see you. I will see you when I see you.
5, 6, 7.
Next time you see me, I will be a different man. I'll ask you to forgive me as I reach out for your hand. You
this is going to be good.